Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. I'm so happy to be with you tonight. What a great night of music we have ahead of us. Now, I like to always give you a little bit of history about the bands that are playing. Tonight I can't give you a whole bunch of history because this is a newly formed trio. You may recognize the drummer. She was in last week's show. And she's getting herself around, Miss Donna is. She's getting herself out and about and doing all kinds of wonderful things. But the guitarist and I go back a long way. We've known each other for quite some years. We have a tremendous friendship that I believe is one of those friendships that will last forever. He's an incredible musician, and he's going to bring you a night of covers that you will remember and reminisce about, and I think will bring your evening right back to those years when you used to go out and do some serious partying instead of partying with my show. So I hope that you will help me welcome into your living room, into your bedrooms, wherever you're watching from tonight, the Donna, Frank, and Larry Show.
Hi, how's everybody doing? And we are going to start out by doing some really good 60s, 70s, dance around with some covers. And I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Larry Green on the keyboards and Miss Donna Tomalello on the drums. And my name is Frank Driscoll, and I love everybody. And we're going to start off with some very, very old Bad Company.
Beginning, yeah, I believed every word that you said. Now that you're gone, my world is in tread. Oh, you left me and led me, it took all the things that I needed so bad. I'm standing here wondering where is the love that I had. Give me silver, blue, and gold, the color of the sky I'm told. My rainbow is overdue. In the beginning, yeah, there was something of love that was mine. Now that it's gone, oh, I'm crying. Oh, the time that it takes for love to grow cold into wonder to be. I'm walking around with my head hanging down. Tell me, where is she? Whoa. the color of the sky, I'm told. My rainbow is overdue. Oh, don't forsake me, 'cause I love you. Don't forsake me, 'cause I love you. Give me silver, blue and gold, the color of the sky, I'm told. My rainbow is overdue. Give me silver, blue and gold, the color of the sky, I'm told. My rainbow is overdue.
Oh, that was refreshing. Very refreshing. I'm going to take you way back to the 70s with some Bob Seger. Trying to get my courage up. It was this long of an innocent little club downtown. Love to watch her do her stuff. Through the long, lonely nights, she filled my sleep. Body softly swinging to that smoky beat. Down on Main Street. Down on Main Street. Through the pool halls, the hustlers and the losers. Used to watch them through the glass. Well, I'd stand outside at closing time just to watch her walk on by. Well, like all the other ladies, she looked so young and sweet, and she made her way on down that empty street, down on Main Street. Main Street. Sometimes even now, when I'm feeling lonely and mean, I drift back in town where I found my feet, down on Main Street. Down on Main Street.
down on Main Street.
Interesting version. We're going to head over to lovely England now. Play something by the Queen of Kings, Mr. Elton John. She packed the bags last night pre-flight. 0 out, 90 hill. And I'm gonna be high as a flight like that. I miss her so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timely flight like this. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round, I get to fly. I'm not the man I think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. A rocket man burning out his fuse up there alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round, I get to find I'm not the man I think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. A rocket man burning out his fuse up there alone. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kid. In fact, it's cold as hell when there's no one there to raise them. If you did, and all the science I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week. Rocket man, I'm a rocket man. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round, I get to
brings me round, I get to find I'm not the man I think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse up there alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Classic. What we do is kind of like a lot of classic 70s and 60s. I started putting something together with these really great people here, and it's been awesome so far. We got together, the first time that we got together, we played like straight through 4 hours. We couldn't stop. It sounded so good. It's nice to be involved with some people that are on the same wavelength as me. Of course, I'm the baby, but I don't look like the baby. Donna looks like the baby. But these are folks that I grew up in my house. My siblings are 8 years older than me. I grew up listening to Blood, Sweat, and Tears and Black Sabbath and Steely Dan. And these folks were living in that same era, going to college and doing whatever, eating brownies, making LSD, but whatever. It's just a great thing. Here's a little bit later. This is some Billy Joel.
Crashed your party. Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday came and trashed me out again. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone, but we all enjoyed the weekend for a change. I was stranded in the combat zone. I walked the Bedford style alone, even rode my motorcycle in the rain. Well, you told me not to drive, and I made it home alive. And you said that only proves that I'm insane. You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light. Don't try to say you may be wrong. Oh, I know you may be right. Remember how I found you there, alone in your electric chair. I told you dirty jokes until you smiled. You were lonely for a man. I said, take me as I am, and you might enjoy some magic for a while. Now think of all the years you tried to find someone to satisfy you. I might be as crazy as you say, but I'm crazy, that is true. But it's all because of you, and you wouldn't want me any other way. You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light. Don't try to change me. You may be wrong. Oh, I know you may be right. need to change. You may be wrong, oh, I know you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. Big 80s end in there. Anyway, moving on. We're on a time schedule here. Very, very busy people. So we're going to bring it up to some, we have a song that we'd like to end the day with, so we're going to skip over that. And we're going to bring it down to some Pink Floyd. Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone at home? Come on now. I hear you're feeling down. I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax, relax, relax. I need some information. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurt? There is no pain, my hair's receding. A distant ship smoke on a horizon. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you say. When I was a child, I had a fever. Stutters like to balloon. Now I've got this feeling once again. I can't explain. Comfortably numb. Comfortably numb. It's just a little pinprick. There'll be no more. You may feel a little sick. Can you stand up? I do believe it's working good. That'll keep you going for the show. Come on, it's time to go. There is no pain, my hair's receding. A distant ship smoke on a horizon. smooth, I can hear what you say. When I was a child, I caught a fleeting glimpse out of the corner of my eye. I turned to look, but it was gone. I cannot put my finger on it now. The child is grown, the dreams are gone. I have become comfortably numb.
Mr. Larry Green on the keyboards. And of course, the lovely, wonderful Miss Donna Tomalello in the black shirt. It's very slimming, you know. It's very slimming. We're going to bring it ahead a little bit, probably around the same era as the Wall album. We're going to bring it up to Loaded Dice, another Bad Company tune. This song's dedicated to a very good friend of mine who passed away long before his time, my childhood friend. And this song reminds me so much of him that... Anyway, here it is.
Johnny was a schoolboy when he heard his first Beatles song. Love me do, I think it was from there. It didn't take him long. Got himself a guitar, he used to play every night. Now he's in a rock and roll outfit and everything's alright. Don't you know? Johnny told his mama, hey mama, I'm going away. I'm gonna hit the big time, gonna be a big star someday, yeah. Mama came to the door with a teardrop in her eye. Johnny said, don't cry, mama, smiled and waved goodbye. Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? And all the world will love you just as long as you are. Johnny made a record, went straight up to #1. Suddenly everyone loved to hear him sing his song. Watching the world go by, surprising it goes so fast. Johnny looked around him and said, well, I made the big time at last. Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? And all the world will love you just as long as you are. As long as you are. Johnny died one night, died in his bed. Bottle of whiskey, sleeping tablets by his head. Johnny's life passed him by like a warm summer's day. If you listen to the wind, you can still hear him play. Whoa. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Thank you very much. You guys are clapping. Wow, I'm so excited. We seem to have skipped a song. Yeah, whoops. Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Nightfall, and I'm alone. Skin, yeah, tells me to the bone. You turned a new round. Oh, slip right from my hair. Blue on black, tears on a river. Push come to shove and it don't mean much. Joker on jack, match on a fire. Cold on ice in a dead man's cup. Whisper on a scream doesn't change a thing. Take you back. Blue on black. Right
see. True lies in between. Wrong road can be undone. Oh, slip the tip of your tongue. Blue on black tears on a river, push come and shove and it don't mean much. Girls on jack match on a fire, cold hard eyes in the dead man's touch. Whisper on the screen doesn't change a thing. Take you back. Blue on black, blue on black. Whisper on the screen, don't change a thing. Take you back. How blue on black.
Anyway, Shepherd. So anyway, how's our time looking?
I'm coming to talk to you. I'm all about it.
Is it time?
It's time for me to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
Hey,
I'm coming in here.
I'm sweating like I'm in frickin' church, Mom, you know?
Why do we sweat in church?
Because we don't belong in there.
Oh. I don't know anything about that. Hi, Frank.
Hi.
How are you, honey?
I'm groovy. I'm gonna drink some tea, so really.
Tea is good for you.
Tea is very good for me.
Have a sip.
I have.
Frank, I've known you a long time. And when I first met you, I was doing the farmer's market down on the Parade Plaza. Is that right? You were riding
No.
your bike.
Yes, I was riding my bike, and yes,
Yes.
just riding my bike, doing my thing. We were hanging out here and there.
And I asked you to play.
I played. It was great.
You were great.
No, you were great.
We were great.
We were great.
It was a great thing.
Anyway,
So
what you've been doing for music all these years has been absolutely overwhelming for all of us that are out there, and you're promoting solo acts, you're promoting original acts, you're promoting
Well,
duo acts. It's
thank
just,
you,
it's
but-
great. It really is wonderful what you're doing.
I appreciate that, but this is about you.
It's also
So,
about you.
how long have you been playing music, Frank?
Since like last week, I started.
Okay. Did you have a musical home when you were growing up?
Yeah, I did. Well, because of my elder siblings, they played a lot of.
Stay on your mic.
Well, it's feedback. It's feeding back. So
Okay.
Okay. My elder siblings that I have, being the youngest.
Yep,
of a
yep.
family of 4. As soon as Mom and Dad leave the house, they'd bring out the Black Sabbath records and the Steely Dan
Nice.
records, and they'd put them on the turntable, and everybody be, lighting up joints and hanging out, and I'd be like, I'm telling Mom, you're smoking pot in the house, but
What good did that do you?
didn't do me any good.
No, not at all.
No, it was
not
cool. It
It
really
taught
was.
you music, though.
Yeah, then I started just, the Moose Lodge was actually right up the road from my house in Basra, and every weekend during the summer, they'd have a wedding band, when they used to have wedding bands.
Right, right.
And I was up there on my bicycle, looking in the side door, on the stage, watching the wedding band, going, wow, I want to do that someday. That's a lot of fun. So every time we went to a wedding, my parents didn't have to worry about me. Where was Frankie? He was on the stage. I was
Right?
a little kid, and you still see
Nice.
that little kid today. That same little kid, he's up there looking.
I see it when you go to the Moose Lodge in Basra on Sundays for the electric jam.
It's absolutely
It's the same thing.
yeah, it's wonderful that there's a couple of guys that are like, we need to do something with this,
Right?
and it's really helping us out, and it helped us all meet at one way or another. It helped us meet Donna, our drummer, and it helped Larry and I reconnect together because we had seen each other over the years.
All right.
So the open mics have really been a plus, positive for the local music scene. It gives you want to come try something out, you want to come just sing, you want to come try to sing, and we also welcome the newer people
Right?
to just come and go play.
Check
try.
out and see what you can do.
Yeah, see what you can
That's
do.
wonderful. I think that our own Jeff Mattson is part of that whole jam thing, and he
Yeah, Jeff is a wonderful
he's a
guy.
powerhouse.
Yeah, he really is. He's a wonderful guy. He's a great guitar player. He's a great singer. He's just a real
He's a
cool
really
dude.
great sound man.
He's a really great sound man.
We have to say that here.
He's a really great sound man.
We have to say that even if we don't want to say it. We have to say
No,
that
no,
here.
no, he
it's
deserves
true,
all
though.
of that.
It's very true. He deserves
He's
everything.
a great engineer.
So you have a whole book here. If someone wanted to have you come and play for them, is there a place that they could find you? Are you on Instagram or Facebook, or
Well-
are any of those places that people could find you at?
Yeah, I have it started out as Frankie D Acoustic. years
Frankie
ago,
D Acoustic.
When you and I
okay.
first knew each other.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it evolved into Frank and Chris. It's
I
almost
remember
like,
Frank and Chris.
It's like Frank and Beans, kind of the same thing. Of course, Chris, unfortunately, is moving away. So I put together this trio
right.
with Donna, Frank, and Larry, which is the next generation of
Which on Instagram is now the Donna, Frank, and Larry show, by the way.
Donna, Frank, and Larry show.
Yeah, on
That's fine.
Instagram.
That's okay. She always comes first anyway.
She should. She's the lady.
She's the she's a lady. Whoa, whoa.
Well, we can do that too. We can do that too. You've got, I see every name in your book. I see every name of people that I grew up singing to.
That's the idea.
That's awesome.
That's the idea. It was more or less like when I do my happy hour stuff, I'm not looking for the 20-year-old. I'm looking for the 50-year-olds and up. They want to just come relax, have a couple of drinks,
And sing along with you.
and sing along. Every song, they know every song.
I was doing that.
I-
I was sitting there singing
I
along
heard
to
you. You were
every
screwing me
single
up.
song.
You were in my ear.
Well, your harmonies are better than mine. I love your backup singers, by the way.
Oh yeah, they're great. They don't even get paid. They're just in a box.
Right, nice.
They're
It's nice
awesome,
to keep
yeah.
your backup singers in the box. I'm going to go talk to your lady for a minute. I'll be back to talk to you in a
Okay.
few minutes.
Donna gets talked to enough on this show, don't you think?
I don't think so. I'm going to see. Last time I couldn't get back here. Welcome back, Donna.
It's good to be back. It's just been a week. It's like I felt like I've hardly left.
It's really cool that you're here this week. Last week you were playing a whole different kind of music. How does it feel to be playing the oldies that you're playing this week?
It's great. I mean, the first time I sat with these guys, as Frank said earlier, we were all speaking the same language, and it was surprisingly nice. And the other genre is great too. You know, the Dixieland jazz, the old blues, and all that stuff. But this is music that you hear growing up, and it just kind of sort of comes almost naturally. Even though my influences were mostly R&B and Motown, but you realize by osmosis how much of the rock and roll you had anyway. And this stuff is fun to play, and these guys make it easy. They make it easy to play that.
It's nice that you can switch genres that way. I hear that you have a little bit of jazz in your soul, and that you might be looking to do a little jazz in your future.
I like jazz a lot. I really gravitate toward that, and that eventually is what I'd like to find something, just play some nice dinner club jazz, maybe a little trio, some of the old standards, any of the old standards, Sinatra's, the Ella Fitzgeralds, the the Peggy Lees, any of that kind of with a little swing to it is just a lot of fun. And so yeah, I really like that stuff. But that's coming. You don't find much of that at the open jams. You find more of this and a lot of blues. But at this stage of the game, you play what you can and play as much as you can.
I see you doing that. I'm really proud of you for getting out of yourself and doing what you're doing. I appreciate it. Now, you play another instrument. Not all of our listeners, not all of our viewers saw last week's show. So you want to tell us a little bit about your other influence?
Sure. I grew up I was in the band in junior high school and high school, and I played trumpet and baritone, which is baritone's like a small tuba. So that's what I played in the band, and marching and concerts and all that stuff, but always wanted to play drums. That was always in the back of my mind. And a couple years ago, I started taking lessons on drums and then started going to jams about 9 months ago, and things just started going crazy. I meet good people, and I find out the musicians are so generous with their knowledge and their help, and it's been wonderful. But as luck would have it, the one band that I'm in, the Howling Dogs, they love the fact that I play brass, and I've got a couple songs that I bring my instruments out and play for them.
That's nice. Well, now you're in two bands, the Donna, Frank, and Larry Show and the Howling Dogs. So I'm going to go talk to Larry so he doesn't feel left out. And besides, I think he has an interesting tale to tell. Use your mic, okay?
I ask you not to use my real name here, please.
We're going to call you Sammy.
He's in the witness protection program. Sorry.
How are you, Larry?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having us here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your musical background.
No.
No?
Actually,
No one has ever said no to me on this show.
Rennie is my cousin. He
Okay.
was here last week.
Right.
And what first inspired me to play was going over his house. His mother plays piano, sings, all that type of stuff.
Okay.
That first inspired me to do the same thing.
Now, how long have you actually been playing the piano?
About an hour and a half.
Did you play as a child?
Yeah. After in the 60s, I started around the time the Beatles and
Right,
Dave Clark
right.
5 were coming out. That's when I started.
Who would
picking
you
up an
say is
instrument.
your biggest musical
The
instrument?
Beatles.
Donna
Definitely.
Tomalello.
Yeah. No doubt. Besides these guys.
Right,
the
besides these
Beatles.
guys. How does it feel to be playing out with these guys?
Oh,
It's
this
kind
is
of a
great.
new experience.
Yeah, it's I never did like a trio. It's always been a bigger, noisier band. But this is great. We get to hear what each other's doing. I get to do some things that you don't normally do with a bigger band, like play bass and
Right,
things
right.
like that.
Now,
So
do
it's
you take your piano with you when you go to jams?
good. Usually.
You do.
I like my stuff here, so you get used to it. Certain keyboards and
Right.
just like guitars, drums, whatever.
Right.
So I bring my own stuff. I prefer that. So.
What would you like to see the Donna, Frank, and Larry Show do?
Play Shea Stadium. All that's good stuff.
Absolutely.
No, I'm having a good time. We want to kind of keep it kind of simple and mellow. Do local gigs early in the day. I'm not a night owl any
You're
longer.
not?
No.
I
but
bet you were, though. I bet you did
I
some
could be
serious
talked into
partying
it
in
again.
the old days.
Not since last week, but
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is great because we all kind of like the stuff we really like the stuff we're doing, and it just flows. I get to make a little more noise than I would in like I said, a bigger band and stuff. So.
You had said that the Beatles were your earliest influences and certainly a huge influence in your life. But when I was listening to you play Pink Floyd,
Yeah.
I felt it.
Oh.
Did you listen to Pink Floyd
Well-
a lot?
Just as much. I've listened to so many bands, and Pink Floyd was always a favorite. But I was in a band about 5 years ago, and we played a whole set of Pink Floyd. So,
Nice,
so
nice.
really
I
picked up on it.
personally would like to hear more of that. I'm a kind of.
we
I
just-
know. I have musical influences that go all the way back to the 20s. So, I know you don't go back that far.
Well,
But I love hearing when people take my childhood, literally my childhood music, and actually bring it to life. And that's what you did today.
Well,
All of
thank
you
you.
guys, you did that, and you did it so well. I hope you keep doing what you're doing. If you were given the opportunity to be all alone with 12 children, what would you teach them first?
all
to go
alone
potty.
with 12 children. I'm a single guy. I never had any kids, so this is a tough question.
Yes, it is.
Well, geez.
What musical genre would you teach them
okay.
first?
Well, it would have to be like classic rock because that's what I'm most familiar with.
Okay.
But I like all genres. Classical, country, mix it up. I'm fine with.
Would
all
you tell
kinds of
them? Would you
stuff.
tell them the importance of music? In what way would you tell them that music is important?
Well, it helps you relieve tension. It helps you. Well, it's like a little community with your fellow musicians. And just playing music. It's just so much fun. You get it. It's completely. It's not. I shouldn't say completely different, but it's a lot different than listening to it because when the band's really getting together or something all on the same groove, that's just it doesn't.
It's
get
a big
any
thing.
Better.
It's a big
it
thing.
Doesn't get any
I think
better.
that the audience really feels it when the band gets in that groove and
Yeah.
is all on the same
Yeah.
groove. I agree with you 100%. That's probably one of the things that affects me the most is listening to bands that are totally in their groove. And you're doing a great job. I thank you
thank
so
you.
much for coming to Grandma's Attic. I'm going to
thanks
go
for
back
having
and
us.
talk to Frankie Baby for just a minute. Go behind your mic there, hon.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, so that we can. So I want to tell people that they can find you on Facebook under Frank.
Actually, Larry just put a page together,
Okay.
as far as I know. He put together a Facebook page. What is it, Larry? Donna, Frank, and Larry.
Donna, Frank, and Larry. So they can find you under Donna,
They can
Frank, and
find-
Larry.
yeah.
And they can ask you to come and play everything
Yeah.
from the Beatles to ZZ Top
Yeah.
and everything in
yes.
between.
And we're actually starting to work on some doors. We're starting to work.
Nice.
Starting to get away from. Well, with Larry, we actually started to work on some doors last night. So it's
Awesome.
Riders on the Storm and things like that. So we're actually trying to get into the 60s as a whole. We can just go out and just really have a good time. People can relax, have a couple of drinks, have some, happy hour munchies.
Right.
It's going to be great.
Well, I love listening to you. I've been singing along while you've been playing. It brings me right back to not just my childhood, but my teenage years that I can't remember. So it's a good thing. I thank you so much for coming and being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Frank, you're amazing. I'm so blessed to have you in my life. I'm so blessed to have finally met your gorgeous wife. Happy birthday. It's a wonderful thing. And I'm going to get off the stage and let you guys take us out with a song, if you
Okay.
would.
All right, cool.
All right.
Can do that. All right. So way back in 1972, little band from England came out. Richie Blackmore on the guitar. And this is their first hit.
little girl, she's on my mind. No doubt about it, she looks so fine. She's the best girl that I ever had. No doubt about it, make me feel so bad. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hush, hush, thought I heard her calling my name. Now hush, hush, she's my lover, now I'm not the same. Now hush, hush, thought I heard her calling my name. Now hush, hush, feel my love, and I'm not the same. Now got early in the morning, got late in the evening, and I wanna have it. She's got loving like quicksand. Only one touch from her hand blows my mind in so deep. I can't sleep and I can't eat. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hush. She's my lover, now I'm not the same. Now hush, hush.